Time to kill more princesses. Once the game decides this, how does this game boot up? It's a visual novel. How does it boot up slower than Call of Cthulhu? I get the Call of Cthulhu's an old game, but it's also an old game that works for it and against it.
Yeah.
There we go. Whoa. No. Continue. What? Oh. What?
What?
Weird. Pressing continue
What?
just does the warnings again.
Ah.
You're on a path
Yeah.
in the
Shit,
woods.
sorry. Auto text advance. That's the one I want.
Ah, yeah.
You're here
Oh, yeah,
to
you have to
slay
press
her.
tab, I think,
No, that-
to make
that
If you
is that
don't,
button.
it will be the end
to
of the
make
world.
to make the text go forward, though, just press tab.
Hmm. Anyway, let's see. What do I do first? Ask some questions.
I'm talking. Don't look.
Do you have any
Wow.
evidence to back this up?
Does
I
it?
made it the fuck up.
Oh,
Ask lots of
are
questions.
you sick? Of course.
Maybe I'm okay with the world ending. Do I get some reward for doing this? Can you tell me what my prize is? I'm sold. Let's
Good.
go over it.
As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing. You make your way up.
Proceed to the cabin. Take the blade. Enter the basement. Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her
Dude.
wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
No way. Why would you even think that?
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
Giant.
The
I
blade.
mean, it is pretty big.
Of course she
It's a
doesn't
pretty
want to
big dagger.
talk. Who'd want to have a
That's not a
conversation at
knife.
knife point? We should drop it. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Tighten the grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands.
What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us?
You go into this expecting to die. You're going to die.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civil?
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
I guess we're at an impasse.
I guess we are.
I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already. Or drop the blade. Do something.
Sure you don't want to talk?
Yeah, I'm sure.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the initiative here.
No other option. Drop the blade.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better
So-
judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face.
Relationship. What are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
What's your name?
She hesitates, but
People out here think it's gonna end the
don't
world.
just tell her that.
No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
I have a few more questions before I decide what to do.
Fine. What do you want to know?
down here.
Too long.
How would I get it out of here? Okay, we've talked enough. Let's keep her locked away. I'm going to keep you locked down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
I made my choice. I'm locking her in the basement.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here.
She's gonna rip her fucking hand off again.
But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
No, we're sticking to the plan and locking her
It'll be
down
the
here.
death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way. You close the basement door, locking it
That
behind
is
you and quickly
not
barricading it
going
with the
to
heavy
hold the
wooden
door.
table that once held the blade.
They say it's heavy, but it doesn't look very heavy.
Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there.
Oh hey, a
You make
voice
things
change.
easier on yourself and let me out. It's not like this little
Damn.
door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to
Dunk,
shut
dunk,
her out
dunk,
of your
dunk.
mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by
I don't even get the option to be like, okay, I'll open the door.
forget what you did.
Nope.
And I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
God, that banging.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any.
You see fucking sound?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like that
No,
one dungeon in
It
Texas.
doesn't.
So all of that was just an act? You're not really innocent or harmless? You're not even a princess. You're a
I can be
monster.
innocent and harmless, if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar.
Did
Its
just
lock
kill me in my
broken,
sleep? Okay.
and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me
shit.
get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your
Cool.
feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as
Yeah.
though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet.
Sleep
then your
paralysis, princess?
You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do
That's
anything
basically what
but
this
witness
is.
her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer,
Oh man.
one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest.
You didn't even touch
You
me.
have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, I love.
Nightmare.
You're on a
Yes,
path
princess.
in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her
She's going to kill me again.
again. If he doesn't remember what happened, then shh. What if
Paranoid.
he hears us? That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit.
He does.
I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth.
Those
Why
are
should I
two-
bother? There's paranoid talking there. Oh well. Forgot about that. Let's talk
Just
about
be
the
quick
princess.
about it.
Just being around her in the end shut down all my organs. What the hell am I supposed to do about that?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't
To quote you from last time around, she's just a princess. How do you possibly justify saying that? She's clearly something far, far worse.
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of...
Who locked her in the basement? This is
People
the place.
locked her in.
People locked her in the basement. If people locked her away, why can they
Look.
slay her?
You can't just goad us into doing something by calling us special. It's manipulative. Why are you trying to manipulate us? I don't know, I kinda like being special. Okay, fine. Maybe you can goad him into doing something, but he's not even the one who makes the decisions here.
Nope.
I'm not goading you into doing anything. You already know the princess is dangerous. All I'm trying to say is that you have to be the one to deal with her. I know it doesn't seem fair, but that's just the way it is. And for what it's worth, I know you have it in you to finish the job. We don't. You saw what happened to us last time. We need to leave. I've told you
Okay,
everything you need.
telling
If you
me.
want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be... Not to sound like a broken record, but he isn't telling us everything he knows because he doesn't trust us, which means that we can't trust him. Stop talking yourself in neurotic circles and just get to the cabin already. Do you see the way he keeps pushing us?
That's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind...
Let's try
You
turning.
have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Fair.
Mhm.
A warning before you go any further. I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away. It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
What's it look
The
like
interior
now?
of the cabin is plain, the
Logs
smooth wood of the walls
Knife in
almost
the middle of the
featureless.
floor.
The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room.
I
A
like.
pristine
Oh.
blade stands between you and
Windows.
the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Just like
Hold on.
3 or 4
happened to the door?
locations, but they
There was a
changed
door here
just
last
enough
time.
to be interesting.
It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together.
All of
The
you.
princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
This whole cabin is different from I remember.
Very
being.
different. I'm not the only one who sees her in the window, right? She knows that we're here. Calm
In case you
down.
didn't see it before.
Maybe the three of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. So focus up.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on
You're
the wall.
right. I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there.
The secondary voices that come
What are you
in
two
great.
talking about? There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the floor, and the open doorway leading to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's death. There isn't. We have to look at it. Unless that's what he wants us to do. And pretending it isn't there is a trick to get us to do exactly
you're
what he
going to
wants.
do because you know what I'm going to do, but then I know what you're going to do because you know what I'm going to do. I always click the how handsome
We
I
shouldn't
am.
waste time preening. But if he is lying about the mirror, it might be important. I'm not lying to you. Maybe he's trying to keep us from looking because there's something horribly wrong with us.
I mean, we are a weird.
No, there isn't
Lizard
something
bird
horribly wrong
creature
with you.
thing?
You
I
look
don't know what
exactly
the
how
fuck
you're
we are.
supposed to
Yeah.
look. Now stop second-guessing my every word.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to... This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You
There's
reach
nothing
forward
there.
and rub your hand. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
Now we take the blade.
You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Steel can't lie to us. Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else?
Trusty steel.
Something...
Never rusty.
I don't know. Better than a knife? Could we have a bomb? The blade is the only thing you
fucking
need
bomb.
to finish your task. You're more than
Give me a
capable of pulling
gun.
this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself. Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death.
Into the basement.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps
The
suspended
eyes
in
in the
darkness.
darkness.
More eyes, too.
This
You
is
never
a good
mentioned the
one.
eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
How hard is it to throw a knife?
It can't be that hard. But then we'd lose our weapon. We'd have to make it count. Otherwise she'd be furious and we'd be defenseless. If a knife is even enough to do anything against something like her in the first place. It'll be enough.
I'm going to talk to her.
Didn't you hear my warning a minute ago? She can't be trusted. Talking won't do you any good. Something tells me she isn't going to be very keen on talking anyway. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it
It's just a
certainly isn't
basement.
you.
What are you talking about?
Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
What if I do
You
nothing?
decide it's best to do nothing.
There you are. I told you I was going to find
Oh
you.
great, she's got a creepy fucking
As
baby
the princess approaches, your
dolphins.
legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
And you brought your little knife with you again. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think! Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Your lungs pull in a
Whoa.
desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Nerves. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function?
Cool.
Or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again.
It's
Are you
great.
sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want? Or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver. Again,
need you to
your
know-
eyes shoot open as
So
you gasp
good.
for breath.
I need you to
Can't
be
decide what you
aware
want to do,
that...
can you?
Oh, wait, right. My daughter goes, I forgot. When they are occasionally, like the devs are occasionally streaming this game on Twitch chat, especially when they do so with the voice actors, the chat spends like the majority of time chanting heart,
liver,
lungs, liver, nerves. Yeah.
I can see that. That's a very Twitch type thing to
Oh
do.
well,
It's very-
standing there
it's
gasping
great.
like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. Nerves. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late. Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Why won't you finish me?
Because I don't want to. And even if I did, I don't have to. Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now. And I'm enjoying the show.
Nerves. The princess leans forward, bringing her masked lips close to your ear.
If I want to see you gone, all I need to do is break your concentration.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. She slowly runs her velvet glove across the base of your neck. It feels like static. And then... Shit, make her stop! Hey, snap out of it. Okay, deep breath, we're fine.
It's fine.
Heart,
It's fine.
lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Your back, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
One moment,
liver,
and then you're
nerves,
gone.
heart, lungs,
Just
liver,
like
nerves, heart,
that.
lungs, liver,
Ah,
nerves,
and
heart,
there's the
lungs,
fear.
nerves. She pulls away. Lungs, liver,
But that wouldn't be very fun, now would it?
Nerves.
I've already done that.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, 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 lungs, liver, nerves.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Lungs,
No!
liver, nerves,
I knew you'd come around.
liver,
Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
nerves.
I love that
I'm
she's
not
a
going to let this
trapdoor.
happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving, and, do you think you can just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster? Shit.
The narrator can't do it.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
The narrator can't stop it anyway.
Go ahead. I'll be right behind you.
Lungs, liver, nerves. I wouldn't trust having our back to her. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the feedback. Just focus on keeping us alive. Right. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Besides,
lungs,
I get the feeling she's telling the truth. She needs us alive. Liver, nerves, heart.
How about you go first?
What? Are you scared of turning your back to me? You don't have to be worried that I'm going to do something bad. You're too important to me now.
Nerves, heart.
And besides, what if I lost track of you and dropped the stairs on accident?
Liver,
I wouldn't want that to happen.
lungs,
And I don't think you'd want that to happen either.
lungs.
So go on.
Nerves,
Go ahead.
heart, lungs. She urges you forward, like one might a reluctant pet. Liver, nerves.
Okay, fine.
You place a shaky foot on the first step and begin your ascent from the basement. You can feel the static prickling of the princess on your neck, your limbs buzzing with pins and needles. An uncomfortable and constant reminder that you exist, and that your existence is so very precarious.
It's anxiety
We're
from
almost there.
The only thing left between you and the cabin is the now shut door to the basement. It would be a real shame if it had locked behind you. Oh, you snake. There wasn't even a door when we first got here. The door was from last time. I told you we shouldn't trust him. I know he's messing with us, but you can't lose your cool. We need you right now. Remember?
I haven't blacked out.
Yes, I remember. Of course I remember. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. This is so frustrating. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Thank you. And you? You'd really rather us die down here than let her out? Of course I would. As much as I want you to have a happy ending, the fate of the world is a little more important, and you still have a weapon. You can still make this right. Liver.
God damn it.
I think the door's locked.
You haven't even tried it. It'll open. You just have to give it a tug.
Heart, lungs,
True.
Try the door.
You pull against
Ow.
the door. The lock gently clicks
I'm guessing
open
that
in
was
response
locked
to your
before.
effort, and the door creaks on its hinges. This isn't right.
Maybe,
That's not even the way it's supposed to swing. It's supposed to swing out. Liver, you're not nearly as powerful as you'd have us think, are you? Heart, lungs, liver. Anyways, like he said, you're not really in control here, are you? Liver. I never said I was. If I was in control here, why would I need you to slay her? I don't know. Secret reasons? Liver.
The door is open. What are you dawdling for? It's time for us to go. The world is waiting.
Shit. The princess moves past you and into the cabin. This is it. This is your final moment to make things right. Kill her. I thought you wanted us to slay her.
Ah.
It's the same thing. Do it. Do it
Cement.
now. Do it now, or everything is
No,
over.
I said slay the dragon.
Okay,
Slay!
I said, what do we do? Liver. Oh, do you want to hear from me now? Yes. Well, I thought you needed me to run the autonomic nervous system. We do, but this is important. Look, I'll even do it myself. Just tell us who to trust. Brain? Heart. Right, heart. Lungs. Lungs.
You hear him chant the whole time, and you don't have it memorized.
Nerves. Okay, thanks. I got it. Heart. Lungs.
Oh my god, you swapped it. That's
Terrible
adorable.
at this. I know, but I'm doing my best. Yes, it's very hard to stay focused on running things when other people are talking to you, isn't
This
it?
is beautiful.
Great! Your body is
doing?
fighting it.
Yeah.
Heart.
What the fuck are you doing over there?
Liver. Finally, I can talk. Now, what were you asking me? Running everything kind of feels like popping in and out of consciousness. It's easy to lose track of things.
Heart. Lungs.
They were asking you for your blessing to trust me.
Nerves.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Fuck this guy. Don't trust him.
Liver. Nerves.
Really? So you'd have them trust her?
Lungs.
Oh, of course not. Can't trust anybody here but ourselves, but I guess that leaves us back where we started, doesn't it?
Liver.
I suppose if I had to make a choice, I'd pick the one that doesn't make our organs shut down.
Nerves.
Thank you for your gracious show of support.
Lungs. Liver.
But that's a marginal preference. We'll have to deal with him later. I'd just rather deal with him while our organs are intact.
Nerves.
Whatever. You heard what he had to say, so whether you
love
trust
how
me or
he's
not,
spelling it out
killing
like a
her
child.
is still the best, nay, the only option you have worth taking.
Liver.
Alright, I'm done. You can
He's
let me
got
take
a-
over again.
Several cards in front of him, and he's pointing to each one as he
Finally,
says
that
it.
was
Awful. I really don't know how you do it.
heart, lungs, liver.
You've been standing there staring blankly for a while now, and I have to say my patience is running a little thin. So don't make a lady wait any longer, okay?
Liver, nerves,
Open the door.
That fucking
nerves,
leave the cabin.
The doorknob
Let
twists
your
in your
terrors
hand,
loose upon the world.
revealing the forested path beyond the cabin. Liver, you bastard. You've actually done it. You've actually doomed everyone.
It's getting further away.
Heart,
It's so beautiful. I can't wait to ruin it.
lungs,
But it's so cold, too.
heart,
It's itching against my skin.
liver, nerves, heart,
The princess, exhausted, slumps to the ground.
Why is it so cold?
heart, lungs.
And the hands. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful, can't even trust ourselves.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward, they're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is filled with sadness, a doll, abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home.
It doesn't matter how many times I go back. At least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
I'm still planning to kill you once we're done with this.
If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm, even if you attempt to destroy me.
Do you know what happens what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Have you figured out what you'll want when we're finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our destination.
So you don't have any preferences.
The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me.
I'm ready to
I will
go.
be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Bring the nightmare to her.
You're on a path. Seriously?
leaf?
You're just...
Gonna go walk in the opposite direction now.
There won't be a new dawn if the world ends. There'll just be nothing
Sure, why not?
forever. Fine. I suppose good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Oh, look, it's the cabin.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Voice that
That's
is
strange.
consistent.
It looks like this path...
Turn on again and leave
You're
again?
really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you?
Quietly continue
Your
on the path.
silence is deafening. But fine. You turn around and trek back down the path. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this
There's
place.
always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go.
Oh, look!
As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, but
Whoops.
as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Cool.
In every direction, there is a path
Fuck yeah.
and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Correct.
You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness, but it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Okay. The stranger.
You're on a path in the woods.
Oh, hello, what the fuck?
And at the end of that path is a
A
cabin.
wall?
And in the basement of that, you're here to slay her.
Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now. If he doesn't remember what happened, then I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking.
There he is.
He's like a captive audience. The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you
I think
could
what's
pull that
funny
off.
though is
The world
until
really
I
did end
turned
last
around
time,
that
didn't it?
first time
We should be
the other
careful.
day,
For all we know,
I
we
had
just
to-
got lucky.
I couldn't visualize that this was a path.
The world hasn't ended.
Like,
yet.
I
yeah.
thought I was just
And you
looking
are
at
never
all
going to slay her
brush.
with that attitude.
Yeah.
Stuff those
No, that's
pathetic little
fair.
voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on
Like,
the
I just
task
didn't even
ahead.
process this path here. Okay, yep, okay, heading towards the cabin now where I'm definitely going to slay
You
that
know I can
princess.
tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. A warning
Look at the wall.
before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat.
She'll cheat, blah blah blah. Proceed into the cabin.
The cabin interior is wrong.
It's
A confusing
multiples.
patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all
Whoa.
shifted.
Oh, cool,
An
the
inch
paradox
here,
is
a
all
foot
fucked
there,
up too.
such that the
Or
seams are
parallax,
never
fuck
quite visible
yes.
enough for the place to make any
Also,
sense.
the void under
The only furniture of
Yeah.
note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid
That's
of
awesome.
feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall.
Look how
There was a mirror,
ridiculous.
and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Okay, fine, you took the knife, but you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and
Oh
more
my
serious
God.
if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom.
Come on.
It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Yeah, hold it the other way.
You switch your grip on the blade.
Yeah!
Congratulations. Yes! Isn't this so much better?
Even yeah.
Okay, fine. You're right. This does look a lot better. It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already.
Throw the blade out the window.
Haha! Yes! Do it! Seriously. You throw the blade at the window,
Oh shit, the other window
glass shower in
broke
the
too.
cabin as your weapon flies out into the night. I suppose you'll just have to deal with the princess without it. We'll be fine, don't worry about it. What's the worst that could happen? The world ends. Been there, done that. I'm not so sure. This place is already messing with my head. It would be much better if we had a weapon. What's done is done. Good luck.
Good luck,
hero.
asshole. Into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from
fall down those
unidentifiable
stairs.
materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, no, thank you.
Nope,
Oh,
nope,
don't
nope.
be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure.
Oh boy.
And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Harsh stairs to the left.
You step to the left. The path is cruel against your feet, the impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs, until there's nothing left in them to feel. The air around you grows cold the further you progress. At first a barely noticeable drop, quickly evolving into a numbing cold. Your toes feel like
Damn.
blocks of ice, your breaths puff out in clouds of condensed
Sounds
vapor. You shudder against it as you continue down the stairway, losing yourself in the bone-deep
At what
chill.
point does it stop being stairs? Oh,
What?
You slowly lose
Shifting.
sense of yourself the further
Oh.
you go. Time disappears, and
Oh,
you
my
can feel
cursor.
yourself begin to
Oh.
untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are
Cool.
the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you just going to stand there?
What the hell was that?
That was-
What happened to us?
cool.
I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess,
That was a
eyes
trip.
bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems... normal.
What's your name?
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really. You can call me Princess, if you'd like.
Oh. Okay.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures.
Cool! God,
Where
this
there
game
was
is
once just
really
one of
good
her,
with that shit.
There is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done,
The words of
isn't it?
wisdom of just go do it. Just do it.
Whatever you saw
Do it.
last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Contrarian so much. Getting down here was weird. Like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
What, like you need me to hold your hand and tell you everything's okay? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
I don't know.
We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down
This
here.
is fine.
But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either.
For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here?
Maybe it's because I'm dangerous. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it. Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers? Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
There needs to be more.
More princesses.
If I let you out of here, what are you going to
I
do?
don't
More
think what I
princess per
do
princess.
really matters, does it? I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. You either trust me, or you believe that I'm dangerous. What I say won't change how you already feel about me. Besides, you already know what I'm going to do. If you want to put an end to me, then put an end to me.
Not a single real answer. At least aside from Miss Blood and Destruction, it's infuriating, isn't it? Whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get under? Not exactly how I'd put it, but I don't disagree. There must be something we can do. Asking questions just seems to make things worse. This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath
That
and
sounds
focus
great.
up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
says you. Regretfully think about that time you threw the blade out the window. Oh, that's all one choice. That's all one choice. That's fucking. Ooh, that's fucking. Getting you out of here, train freer. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust anything here. Leave the basement. Regretfully think about the time you threw the blade out the window.
Wait, that's not right.
Yeah.
Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this...
Oh, it's merging.
That's
Do
fine.
you not have anything witty to say?
Amalgamation.
I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all
Nope, there goes the narrator.
falls apart. I think he's gone.
Cool.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others they just don't fit. They just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
Including the knife.
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
Contrarian.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
I'll do my best. Oh, there goes the hands. But you'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. When everything is possible, nothing is. Achievement.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that...
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
It's the end of you, but not for me.
What is that supposed to mean?
Oh god.
Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels he's just messing with us. Right?
Right.
Approach the mirror. You approach. Silence as you reach forward, they're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. Long quiet once again.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know? Do you want to tell me?
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me. Short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
There's trees and stars, and there are people, I think. At least there are supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Thoughts on this vessel?
These ones are a contradiction. A winding kaleidoscope of paths unwalked. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
You know what's going to happen when you awaken.
If I did, I would already be awake.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does, but I don't know why. But I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
How many more do I need to bring you?
1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
If this is the last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time.
I'm
I'll
gonna
wait
fucking
with
close it
you.
again.
Yeah.
Wait.
I will see you when you return.
Oh no, it absolutely will close it.
Yeah.
What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage? You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
I just love that it closes.
Yeah.
But that's a good midpoint.